Hello, my folks, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X. Last time, well, start of this game, we got to NLA. This time, well,
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
what's the fuse?
Ms. Ku, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, what'll it be, friend? Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend? You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
And then that's just repeats. Yeah, it's a bit valid.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right! Welcome to the Cool Kids Club!
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, and together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Wilma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
And yes, I was moving the camera. Chapter 2, which I also still consider part of the prologue, because we're still not in the tutorial now. Granted, we won't truly be out of tutorials until we get to Chapter 6, technically. Because that's when the last big...
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does he know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Let's go. It's raining.
Hey,
This is how I usually change the weather. Just look down. Actually, really.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. The Tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Well, all right. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Indeed, as tyrants are our unique monsters of this world. I better not forget to switch up Linley.
We should weaken them just to be safe. Fire Carnival!
Early bird!
Sliding slinger! Flame flow!
Just what I needed.
Sledge edge! That did the trick! Now close it and clean up!
That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm
I
going.
feel sharper than ever! Trick. Now close it and clean up!
Sliding! Tendons destroyed. Move in and strike! Shadow strike!
Fire Carnival!
Sledge edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Let's lay into it! Flame flow!
Just what I needed.
Sliding! Slinger!
Sledge edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Early bird!
Sledge edge!
Sorry, I can't seem to get fired
Shadow
up.
strike!
Right, let's send them running!
Thanks!
Assault hammer!
Upper hand! Slide! That put a dent in him. Move in and
feel
keep the
sharper
rhythm
than
going.
ever.
Fire Carnival!
Feel the power!
I can see my
That's
cookie
true
up.
on...
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a Frontier Nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try. Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Indeed. Can't go far. But also... Okay, I don't know why... Not yet, at least. Eventually, we'll get all of this area, which is being called Primordia. And eventually, we'll go into Noctilim, Silverlim, Oblivia, and all the way up here in Calderos. We do want to try and get hit areas where the upwards but don't get too overwhelmed. Primordia is probably the easiest to get almost all the gold.
Hey!
Great!
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Finally, I believe we can actually access the maps. But also, I believe...
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out, everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory. bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigents.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yep. Let's decide.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
We're going to be Pathfinders, at least for now.
Then it's settled?
Confirm.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
I believe.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a Skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
I believe now. We're on chapter 3, apparently. Acting officers, chapter 3. Yeah. Yes, I know. But Xenoblade, because originally you could write your own Blade report for people. But it's not possible now.
Hey.
Copy terminal. Yeah, we'll get example, Sakuraba in street weapons, we can actually increase their level. If we have Mirinium, you can also increase it. And that's actually the faster way to do it. They have 5 levels. You want to get Sakuraba to level 5 as soon as possible. They're really good. Battle traits, we can go into it. We can then try and upgrade this. I recommend not actually upgrading these until you found the weapons that you really like. Engineer augments. Yeah, it is very obvious. Until you look into it and you're like, oh wait, we've got level 20 augments. And yeah, there is a lot. A lot. And we can also develop new gear. As you can see here, we've got a lot of gear. Granted, I think a bunch of this shouldn't be seen. I think some of this maybe... Yeah, no, some of this should not be seen. This is stuff from my other file. As long as we're on a personal mission, we won't really have... Now, if we check our map, we can explore every inch of Mira now. I recommend staying in Chronicles quite a bit. So the story tells us to is best not to start venturing into unknown territory. Sadly, for a while we're going to be pretty much keeping that, and it's not glorious. Shows the big problem pre-chapter 6. I'm not gonna hide it. Chapter 6 is chapter 6 is where we get our lovable guys. They make things so much faster. We do have a Wikipedia. I guess show. It has lucky panels where we can easily see them. This one is a lucky panel, this one's a lucky panel, and this one's a lucky panel like that. You'll tell each one. It's not as easy to see but I can easily see. Yeah, you may have noticed. I haven't really ran into a
getting a bad news vibe.
We should weaken them just to be safe. Wow, smash!
Sweat edge!
Fire carnival! Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Wild dash!
Shoot now!
Target
Overwhelm them!
inside. Nice.
Sweat edge!
Damage.
Stop it! Wow, smash!
Chrome armor!
Flying Slinger.
Yes! Hit him again for me!
Shadow strike.
Sweat edge! I feel sharper than ever!
Stop it!
Touch me up.
Let me catch myself.
That's what I
own
need.
one. Upper hand.
Fire carnival! Wow,
Sweat edge! That's like grim brutal!
Excellent strategy. Looks like we've got no choice.
Everyone with me!
watch me win!
Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Shadow
Flame
strike.
flow!
Appreciate it.
Assault hammer!
Slide.
Grenade!
Move in and do some damage.
Fire carnival!
Now, melee attacks.
What's happening? I've been waiting to lash out! That did the trick! Now close in and
Watch
clean
me
up!
lay into it!
Slide. Move in and do some damage.
I've been waiting to lash out!
Shadow
That did the
strike.
trick! Now close in and clean up!
Watch me lay into it!
Flame grenade! Sweat edge!
Upper hand.
Flame flow!
I own one.
That's like grim brutal!
I think even my cookie got better.
Positive, we did get something here. Granted, only one of us can use it. Granted, at the very least, one switch of classes will be able to use that sword.
Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken? Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
Hold up, Elma. Check this out. I'm picking up an Earth-based IFF signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
It doesn't look natural, does it?
No, it doesn't. It looks like trouble.
And look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms, too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
I think you're right. Look at their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals. Now the question is, are they native to Mira? Or are they visitors like us? And if so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there! Drop your weapons.
Stay calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Earth aliens, surrender now!
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
are you doing?
It's okay, Lynn. Just stand down. I'm not sure why, but somehow they're able to communicate with us.
Meaning?
Meaning we need to know if diplomacy is a viable option.
Roger that.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate. If you have any Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiations. No conditions. We have our orders. All Earth aliens must die.
No negotiating with these guys. Let's go.
It didn't have to be like this.
No need to get too close.
I've got you covered, fire.
That...
Move
in and
You're
keep the
sharper
rhythm
than
going.
ever. Flame
Blast
grenade!
Slide! Slinger!
Slit edge! That did the trick!
Not finished yet.
They felt that!
Now,
That's right again! Slit edge!
Shadow Strike!
Assault hammer! Shoot now! Overwhelm them! Slit edge!
Upper hand!
This is bad! I need
Let me
healing!
catch myself. Leave this to me.
Scream Edge!
Wow! Thanks!
Slit edge! That did the trick!
Now, my turn!
Clean up! Assault hammer! Shoot now! Overwhelm them!
Target in sight!
Possible.
These guys are called prones, apparently.
So much for the diplomatic approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead, anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
This is the game early on. What if we can negotiate? Again. Clearly we're going to negotiate.
I need to be even stronger!
Lynn, can you give us an approximate location for that IFF signal?
Let's see. Seems to be originating from that building over there.
Then we'd better get moving. There's no time to lose.
Everyone with me! Melee!
Now, my turn!
Slit
Shadow
edge!
Strike!
Leave it to me.
Assault hammer! Let's shoot now!
I've got
Overwhelm
you
them!
Hit him again for me.
This is for you.
Early bird!
Slit edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Slide.
Slit edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean
Now,
up!
my turn!
Not finished yet.
Shadow Strike!
waiting to lash out! Shoot now! Overwhelm them!
Upper hand!
Well,
Slit edge!
I've got your cover fire.
Side slash!
It was you or us.
We got him. Let's move.
No need to get too close. Attack at range.
I've got your cover fire.
Early bird.
Slit edge!
Yeah. We're on top of this now.
I feel sharper than ever. Assault hammer. They
Leave
felt
this to
that.
me.
Now strike them again.
Now, it's my turn.
Slit edge!
Side slash. That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Slide. Slinger. Upper hand.
Well, down.
Okay, well, we'll switch to the body wear.
Looks like we don't have a choice. No need to get too close.
I've got
Attack
your
at
cover
range.
fire.
Slit edge! Assault hammer!
Well, down.
Flame grenade!
Close in.
Flame grenade!
Press.
Slide.
Slit edge! That did the trick. Now close in and clean up.
Hey, lay off.
This is bad. I
Side
need
slash.
healing. Just what I needed.
That's tough. Catch me up.
You okay? I'll fix
Shadow
you up.
strike. Appreciate it. Slide. Slinger. Scream edge.
Leave this to me.
Slit edge! So long! Who wants the next dance?
Hey, lay off.
Side slash.
Come on. Hit harder. Yes. Hit him again for me.
I feel sharper than ever.
Wow, Smith.
Tough. Catch me up.
You okay? I'll fix you up.
Sorry. You guys,
Don't
thank
give up
you.
now. Stay with me.
Early bird. Shadow strike.
This is bad. I need healing.
Myself
That
up.
did the trick.
Now,
Close in
my
and
turn.
clean up.
Fire Carnival.
Upper
I've been
hand.
waiting to lash out.
Slide. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I've been waiting to lash out.
Wow, Smith.
That did the trick. Now close in and clean up.
Let's lay into him.
Flame grenade! Slit edge! That did the trick. Now close in
Now,
and clean
it's my
up.
turn. Sliding. Slinger.
So long! Who wants the next
Let's lay
dance?
into him.
Slit edge!
Trash talk.
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
Fire Carnival. Almost down, but not out.
Right, let's send them running.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Sliding. Slinger. That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
I feel sharper than ever. Assault hammer! Blade
Upper
grenade!
hand! Scream edge! That's how to evade. You can do it!
Prepare to hurt!
Slick edge!
Scum!
Slide! Flicker!
Wow,
They felt that! Now strike them again! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Now it's my turn! Nice! Move in and do some
I've been
damage!
waiting to lash out!
Carnival!
Shoot now! Overwhelm them! Oh yeah! I'm never stood a chance!
Let's keep it up.
Okay, busted equipment we can't really do anything about.
I think people might
What's happening? No need to get too close! Attack the ground!
Target in sight!
Slick edge!
Scream edge!
Watch me lay into it.
Shadow
Fire
strike!
Carnival!
Side slash! Side slash!
Slick edge! That did the trick! Now close in and
Upper
clean up!
hand! Slide! Flicker!
This is bad! I need healing!
I owe you one.
This force.
Slick edge!
Crouch tough. Leave this to me.
Use an aura! Get control of the battle! Scream edge!
Hey, lay off. Sorry, I can't seem to get fired up.
Right, let's send them running!
Shadow strike!
Slick edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Slide! Flicker!
Fire Carnival!
Side slash!
Slick edge! This is bad! I
I
need
should heal
healing!
up first.
Trash tough. Wow,
Slick edge!
fired up.
It's time to attack.
Right, let's send them running!
Slide! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I've been waiting to lash out! Shoot
Remove
now!
payload!
Overwhelm them! Slick
Shadow
edge!
strike.
That did the trick! Now close in and
Lay
clean up!
into it.
Scream edge!
Toppled him. Close in. Fire Carnival!
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I've been waiting to lash out! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Early burn. Now,
Slick edge!
melee
I
attack.
can feel the power!
Party first. Okay, so I might as well just take it myself. Okay, so it's actually not as good. Better than Alma's. Okay, I think it is better than Alma's.
No need to get too close! Attack at range!
Pass that
Scream edge!
Trash tough.
Slick edge! That did the trick!
Now,
Close in and clean up! Assault hammer! Shoot now!
side slash!
Slick edge!
Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Slide! Flicker!
Sorry, I can't seem to get fired up.
Right, let's send them running!
They Thanks a bunch.
That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
It's sharper than ever!
Upper hand. Shadow strike.
Wild Slam.
Scream edge.
Thermal payload.
Assault hammer!
Got it. Lay down and cover fire.
Sledge edge! Fire!
Sliding flicker.
This is bad! I need healing!
Let me pack myself.
Appreciate it.
Wild Smash.
Sledge edge!
Upper
Did
hand.
the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Sliding flicker. That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow strike.
Sledge edge! Assault hammer!
Side nice.
Flame
Move in and do
grenade!
some damage.
Payload.
You never stood a chance.
They're all dead. You killed them all. In cold blood.
Fortune did not smile upon them today.
Nelson.
You filthy Earth aliens do not belong on this planet.
You seem more fluent than the others. Are you in charge?
I am called Glennar. I command this squad, Earth alien. Now it is time for you to surrender.
Hello, Glennar. I am called Elma, and I command this squad. If this planet is your home, we apologize for intruding. We crash-landed here after our ship was damaged in an attack by unknown adversaries. We were hoping we could negotiate a peaceful settlement in exchange for our friends, but
Peaceful settlement. Your words are wasted on us. All we can promise Earth aliens is a swift death.
Elma.
right, we tried. Looks like survival of the fittest it is.
Let's go.
Fine then. Seeing as you know we come from Earth, I'm guessing there's a good chance we might have a score to settle with you anyway.
This can't be good. We should weaken them just to be safe.
Early bird.
Oh, leave it to me. Fire Carnival! Leave it to me.
Shadow strike.
They felt that! Now strike them again! Flame grenade! Right, let's send them running!
Side slash. Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
I've been waiting to lash out!
I'm almost down, but not out.
Sledge
Side
edge!
slash. Now, melee
Hit
attacks.
harder.
Slide flicker.
I don't want it to end like this.
Get
Thank
up!
you.
It's morning! Sledge edge!
Not possible.
Side slash.
Fire
Upper
Carnival!
hand.
Bloody bitches. Elma.
Oh, get up and let's turn
I
this
owe
thing
you.
around. Side slash!
No falling back! Move in and strike!
Almost down. I'm not out.
Right, let's send them running!
Thanks a bunch.
Assault hammer!
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
I've been waiting to lash out!
Shadow strike. Upper
Assault
hand.
hammer! Flame grenade!
Sliding splinter.
Wild spin!
Sweaty edge!
That's true on any planet.
I don't get it. Why would they be so bent on killing all humans?
Who can say? Whatever the reason, this is dire news. We should let the others know ASAP. Let's call it in and head back to HQ for a full debrief.
Roger that. And here I just started to hope we'd finally escaped all this.
Escape! Yes, escape! Tatsu also want escape! Friends! Friends, don't leave Tatsu trapped!
More Xenos? What should we do?
Stay back, Lynn. What do you think, Rook? Yeah. Let's leave this stone unturned.
Better safe, right?
Tatsu safe! And Tatsu not stone! Mama Pan always said Tatsu should help friends in need. This time, Tatsu need friends' help! Dark! So dark! Tatsu can't breathe! Oh? Oh-ho! Tatsu finally free!
Interesting. One of the vegetables is sentient.
A talking potato. Huh. I wonder if it tastes different too. I know what we're having for dinner tonight. You don't know it yet, new guy, but I'm a pretty mean cook.
You are mean! Mean and cruel! Tatsu definitely not potato! Tatsu explained this to dumb and smelly Prone when they take Tatsu, but Prone not listen! Prone never listened. On Nopon rude day, Prone first set sticky feet on Mira. Especially Tatsu. Tatsu witnessed Prone abuse firsthand. At this rate, entire Nopon race in danger! Yes, Nopon are endangered species. So really, friends have social responsibility to protect Tatsu from danger.
Uh-huh. What do you think, Elma? Bake or fry?
Wait a minute. The beings who captured you, big brutes in armor, little pointy ears?
Yes, Prone!
And they're a more recent arrival here, is that right? They're not native to this planet?
Not native, recent! If friends want more details, friends must promise to protect Tatsu. Only then will Tatsu talk.
Right. Elma, you hold him. I'll peel.
Tatsu will talk! Tatsu will talk! Friends not get Nopon sense of humor is all!
So if I understand correctly, this is your homeworld. The Nopon people are native to Mira. And then just recently, the Prone show up and quickly hunt you to the edge of extinction. Is that right?
Not just Prone. Prone and their nasty, evil buddies. Lots and lots of them.
They're buddies? You mean other alien races?
Other hungry alien races. They all gang up on Nopon. They do horrible, terrible things to Nopon. Someday, Tatsu will turn tables and eat them for a change. Tatsu has seen those eyes before. Hungry eyes, like Prone eyes. Tatsu is here to serve, not be served.
Yeah, seriously. What kind of barbarian would want to eat this little guy just like that? We should take care of him. Wash and clean him, season him.
That's right, that's right. This is exactly what Tatsu is saying! Take Tatsu to your village. Wash and clean Tatsu. Season Tatsu. Wait.
What do you think? Take him with us?
He seems harmless enough. And he'd be a good source of information on Mira and the Prone. All right. We can debrief him when we report to Commander Vandam. As long as he passes the quarantine scan, we can bring him back to New LA.
Right. Let's get that out of the way. All clear.
Then Tatsu can join friends? Dance of joy! New friends are friendliest friends ever! I know! Tatsu has special thank you gift for friends for saving Tatsu's life! Tatsu will lend it to friends for free!
Lend? It's not a gift if you don't give it.
Give it away? For always? For free? This would be insulting to friends and to Tatsu. No Nopon merchant worth his salt and pepper could do such a thing. Tatsu is grateful, but Tatsu not insane.
What? It's insane to think if someone saves your life, you might actually show them some real... And he's not even listening.
Friend, do you ever get lost? Tired of bulky maps and flawed memory?
Tend to.
There is a better way. Friends, this is your lucky day. Presenting Follow Ball! Follow Ball is #1 ultimate best super secret must-have Nopon item. If friends get lost out in wild, friends just follow Ball of Light to safety. And now it's yours, for free, to borrow! For now, anyway.
Really? Follow Ball? That's the best name you could come up with for your super special thing?
Meh, meh, meh? What would friend prefer? Fancy name no one understands so friend can feel smart? Now, time for Nopon Dance of Generosity.
I don't know. Is that thing really gonna be all that useful? What if it's a trap, or boom, it just blows up in our faces?
Ah yes, that reminds Tatsu. If Follow Ball get damaged, Tatsu need to charge friends full price, plus restock fee.
So much for Dance of Generosity.
Thankfully, it will never break. It's actually quite useful. As it does show play to our next objective. And yeah, instead of walking all the way, we're fast traveling.
Damn, losing Nelson's team is a real blow. But the fact we're not the only visitors on this rock is even worse.
They made it clear they want all humans dead. For all we know, they may be related to the forces that destroyed Earth and followed us here.
Wonderful. I'll report this to Secretary Nagi. See if we can't bolster our defenses. Just one last thing. What the bloody hell is this dancing turnip doing here?
He's actually a potato.
Tatsu not turnip or potato. For last time, Tatsu is not food. Now, on behalf of Planet Mira, Tatsu welcome all Earth people and offer a friendly treaty of friendship.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we were thinking he could be a good source of general intel about the planet. Exactly how useful that'll be remains to be seen.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Friend's totally safe now that Tatsu is in town. Tatsu watch over and protect friends, especially weak, pathetic Lindley with her thin, bony wings.
You mean my arms? Look who's talking. And who said anything about you coming with us? You can stay here, you greedy, annoying little cabbage. I'm sure there's a salad here that could use you.
Meh? Tatsu stay here? Friends would leave Tatsu behind?
It's for the best. You said yourself your people are endangered, and the Xenos that captured you might still be out there. You'll be safest here in the city.
Agreed.
Tatsu not agreed? Friends will want Tatsu along. Friends need Tatsu along.
How so?
What? Well, that, of course. This planet have many helpful Nopon that Tatsu can talk to. Other Nopon can share information for friends.
That might be useful.
That right. Most Nopon not like Tatsu. Nopon can be shy. Nopon can be difficult. Most Nopon never trust friends or even talk to friends. But Tatsu? Nopon love Tatsu. Tatsu use smooth talk and winning personality to get friends good info.
The tater tot has a point.
Uh-huh. More like an ulterior motive, if you ask me.
Tatsu perish the thought. Tatsu intentions are pure, Linley. Pure as snow. Linley intimidated by Tatsu's strength and smarts, but do not worry, Tatsu is true friend.
Strength and smarts, huh? That's really not what I'm worried about here.
All right, then it's settled. Small Fry here will accompany you three out in the field. After all, we can use all the info we can get.
Seriously? We have to babysit this thing?
You're the ones who picked him up. Besides, would you really want to leave him with another team?
Maybe not. Unless we were invited to the meal, I mean.
See? Already getting along like peas and carrots. He can be your charge, Lynn.
Oh, come on, Commander! That's not funny! I've got my hands full out there! This is so unfair. Back me up here, would you, Elma?
I'm sure Elma has no objections.
Right. As you say, Commander.
Done and done. Welcome to Blade, Tater. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, sir! And it's Tatsu. Oh, one thing Tatsu forgot to mention. Nopon are pacifists, so friends need to defend Tatsu, keep extra super safe in any battle. Tatsu VIP diplomat, after all.
And why am I not surprised? So much for him watching over and protecting us.
Yep. We have a Tatsu. Or as this game calls them, Nopon, not Nopon. That is actually a bit of a point that Xenoblade Chronicles 2's DLC does touch up upon, which is cool.
So, Rook, feel like you're starting to get the hang of things?
Of course you are. You've taken to it like a fish to water, just like Elma and the Commander said you would.
Just the same, let's review the key points, and I can fill in some extra details.
Oh, stop.
Blade's top priority right now is to secure missing pieces of the Lifehold. You remember that much.
To recap.
Countless people are frozen in the Lifehold. It's the key to restoring humanity. Up until we ran into the Prone, our biggest concern was that wild indigents would stumble on the Lifehold and damage it somehow. But now there's a more pressing threat, intelligent alien races who are intentionally trying to destroy us. So, our search has new urgency. We need to find and retrieve all of the Lifehold ASAP.
And the best way to do that is by expanding the reach of Frontier Nav. The more probes we can install, the wider we can scan, and the faster we can find bits of the Lifehold.
So our primary focus going forward should be to travel around Mira installing data probes. As many as we can, as fast as we can. I can't stress enough how important this is. You still with me?
Yes, we understand. It hasn't been that
Good.
long game.
Then let's move on to the other pressing threat that Blade has to deal with. Hostile indigens. There's no real delicate way to put this. Any wildlife that poses a clear threat must be eliminated. The Lifehold is our future, but we can't ignore the present. We still have our duty to keep New LA safe. And sometimes that duty requires enacting coordinated strikes to solve problems before they can do real harm.
We're the newcomers here, it's true. And they're usually just out to defend their territory. But sometimes it really is them or us. And we have to make sure it's us. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we run out there and light up anything that moves. Only Blade HQ can choose targets, and they tend to keep them strictly to creatures that pose a significant threat to our survival.
In order to contribute to this cause, operatives are asked to form into squads to take on special missions. These squad missions, as we call them, don't get posted to mission control like your other, more typical assignments. Rather, HQ transmits the details directly to all of us at the same time. Basically, they want as many people to know about them ASAP, so they can be taken care of ASAP.
I'm sure you can imagine, but these missions aren't your run-of-the-mill little fetch quests.
Oh, they are.
It's not the kind of stuff just one or two blades could handle on their own.
Oh, they can.
That's why squads can have as many as 32 members.
And it's why we ask members to sign up to a squad beforehand. We can't have blades playing musical chairs whenever this kind of emergency hits us. But just remember, squad missions are not mandatory. You don't have to drop everything you're doing just to take one on. HQ has no way of knowing what every blade is up to when these missions arise. If you're busy with something else, they'll understand. They need to trust our collective judgment with these things, and, well, so far so good.
And I think that about covers the basics, right?
Done tutorializing me?
Search for the missing pieces of the Lifehold. Install data probes to expand Frontier Nav. And take on squad missions when you can to keep us safe. Got all that? Good. We're counting on you.
And briefing adjourned. Thank God.
Thankfully, this is the last time they do this, so we won't be retreading ground. Thank God.
All right, well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, let's call it a night.
Oh, Tatsu's so excited to sleep in real bed. Lindley can show Tatsu to his room now.
Oh, your room is right over there.
Oh, it looked perfect size for Tatsu. Wait, what? Tatsu know what that is. That refrigerator. Food go in there to cool off.
I guess you are smarter than you look.
Well, Tatsu not want to brag, but... wait a minute! Tatsu see what Lindley did there?
Get ready to see that a lot. The Tatsu is not food joke gets used a lot, and it's funny the first few times, but oof. After a bit, it's just ugh. Anyways. Yes, I know. Next episode. I will just quickly show. hasn't done bad in this group, and honestly, she starts off with some pretty good arts. How most party members end up joining you will usually say if they end up giving you one or two arts. Sometimes they'll give you an art when they straight up join with you and have one of your quests, and sometimes they'll have two. And Elma has two arts. Shadow Strike from the dual blades, but the more important one is Ghost Factor. The TP skill gives everyone decoy status. Decoy is busted as it means effectively a dodge pretty much. It's really good. And she's actually pretty good at it. There's just one problem. She's competing with two others who do her job a way better. Sad. She's really good. The worst. Irina is really a support class, but use all the side characters' abilities. Smooth recovery allows for healing and is really good. Her main role is to give out TP to the party, and she's really good at it. There's a reason why she's usually on teams when they're doing stuff like grinding or, in some cases, super boss cleanup. Oh, great, Gwen. Gwen's problem is the fact that he literally is fighting multiple people for DPS roles and is the worst of them all. He isn't the worst character, but oh boy. What's worse is his signature arts aren't as good as some others. Especially for one armor that dwarfs him so much. Doug! Despite what you think, Doug is actually not that bad, but not great. And it's mainly because of his skills that he's not great. Let's just say there's a few others that just beat him because of their skill setup. That's not to say that he's bad. And we do have new partners that we recruit. Hope Spring Eternal, a new rival, and meeting Yell. We do not want to do that yet. We want to actually wait. So before we end this episode, let's talk about how online missions work. First, we can go over people who have recruited me. I don't know if that is including my other file, but I'm assuming not. We do get some materials. The material market is where we can use our material tickets, and they have every item that is able to be taken from monsters. These do have some spoilers in them, so that's to be careful. How to get materials? Simply by but there is point attack, which we don't want to talk about. We can change the vision here and customize blade, and I will not be using bonus items for this. We'll go to the console, we can accept online missions, which really we can't really take much, but they are also another way to gain some material tickets. We have a time tag, which we don't have any missions for, and we can accept support missions, which, I mean, they're not bad either. Finally, there is affinity missions. Ella and Lynn both have 2, so we'll need to get to the required level to be able to utilize it. We can start chapter 4 at any time, as long as we've completed these 2 requirements. The 15% of Primordia is not that bad, and Professional is actually not that bad. So, with that, because I do not want to... Because I want to go over more stuff next time.
Really?
I did not mean to get that close. Oh, but next time we will be, well, discussing stuff like these quests and all that, as well as what missions do we want to do. And also, here's Professional, so if you guys want to rush off, you can do that. So, this is Xeno and Azuma, signing out, my Sparks. I'm excited for the next episode.